MOA just happened again. For those of you who don't know, MOA is like kind of like the SHOT Show of Airsoft. It happens in Taipei in Taiwan. Kind of like SHOT Show but for Airsoft nerds. It's like where all the companies come together and show off their latest tech and products and innovations, and new companies come along to show off what they're doing, showcase their stuff, and it happens every year right around Christmas for like the proper nerds in Airsoft like myself. It's kind of like Christmas. You get to see all the latest stuff. Everyone other than Tokyo Marui themselves are there, although lots of companies are there that make products for Tokyo Marui's stuff. And there's always lots of exciting things happening. This year especially, there seems to be a lot of new gas blowback stuff happening, which is exciting to me as a predominantly gas blowback user. You can expect content from your go-to Airsoft content creators, but this year there seems to be a bit of a shortage of it. It seems to be in short supply. We're getting sort of drips and drabs on YouTube. If you follow Stu Backer, like Airsoft Action Mag on Instagram and YouTube, stuff coming through there, and then coverage from some of the companies themselves, like VFC and Arch, which they've been putting out a lot of stuff over the weekend. I've kind of found from Jerry6980 on YouTube, appears that Jerry was there over the weekend and put up what I think is a really good spread, from what I can tell anyway. I wasn't there, I don't know how much of it like Jerry's missed. But it seems like a pretty good spread. A lot of stuff in this video that I'd be interested in having a look at myself. So yeah, I'm just going to go through the video and kind of rant about it. It's just my very biased opinion. I'm sat with my VFCs because I have mad ADHD and I'll need to sit and fiddle with something at some point. So fiddling around with stuff as I'm watching, most likely. I'll link Jerry's video in the description for you to check it out for yourself. Yeah, this is a very long video. I will be skipping through bits of it that don't really interest me. It's my channel, I can do what I want. I'm going to talk about the bits I want to talk about really, and there's plenty of that. So. Alright, so starting with the VFC 249s. These look so sick. It seems like they've released more accessories and stuff to create different variants. So there's like a Mark 48, there's like the CQB one. I say CQB, the one with the collapsible stock and the shorter barrel. T91s, the Taiwanese rifles. It's cool that they make all the variants of their own army's rifles. That's pretty dope. Go on, Jerry, you know you want to buy a T91. That does look really cool, to be fair. It's like the Taiwanese service rifles. It's like an M4 with a short stroke gas piston system. It's a really nice rail on that. Different. Walther PPKs. You know what, like, it's ridiculous that there aren't more Walther PPKs in Airsoft. The 007 gun, why is there not more Walther PPKs? This is really cool. Looks like that's VFC as well. So, Gustav rocket launcher. Had a chance to play around while I was on my job. This looks awesome. This is where my money will be going. See, when VFC released the FAL, I was really excited about it, but I knew I would wait and hold off for a reason, and this is the reason. It's the more sort of tactical CQB 7.62 rifles, if that's even a thing. Concussion on that in real steel would be absolutely catastrophic, but yeah, this is really cool that they've done this. I had a suspicion that they would do this. They'd wait a year and then sort of release the rest of the line of products, because why wouldn't you? If you're releasing a particular kind of firearm replica, why wouldn't you then release a whole line of products for that one? Like, it's just business really, isn't it? But yeah, so it's really cool that they've put these out this year. So the LAR OSW Mark 1, and then they've got one called the Pistol, which is with a Picatinny rear end for you to attach like a SIG style stock to. It's really cool. A couple of different rail options for it as well. You've got some M-lock. different lengths basically. That's really cool. That's the FAL I want. So they've made the sort of a para FAL essentially. Changed the recoil system so it doesn't go into the stock, so that you can have it all self-contained in the receiver, and then you can have a folding stock. Jump ahead a little bit. Oh wait. So yeah, as you see, there's the sort of like the the MCX style stock on the pick rail. It's really cool stock as well. So yeah, you can see here next to it, it looks like they're doing their SCAR series again, the gas blowback SCAR series. So I'm guessing they've, yeah, it says, oh no, I can't tell if it says that they've updated it to the V3 system, but I imagine they have. I imagine that's what the return of the SCAR is built around. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit because my wallet cannot handle this amount of airsoft horn exposure. Up next is the AK. There it is. So this is huge. This is probably, like, for me at least, the biggest part of this year's MOA. GHK announced that they're doing their V3 AK finally after like 10 plus years, and then VFC do this. At the moment it just looks like a 74 MN variant. I'll probably hold off for like a 762 variant, so 47 or an AKM. If anyone's gonna do a sort of really retro one, it's probably VFC, and I mean like a Type 2 gas blowback AK-47 would be really cool. Or Chinese Type 56. So I'm going to hold out a little bit, like with the FAL. I'm just going to hold off for a little bit until they release a whole line of products to go with their new platform, which they will inevitably do. Obviously, the magnets show all over it. It's all made of steel. Again, they sort of beat GHK to the punch there with that, and even the out barrel steel. And it also has a hammer drop click on empty, which is something that GHK users have been asking for a very long time. So it's super cool. It's probably going to be a lot cheaper than the GHK, hopefully. It looks great. I mean, if they release a Krenkov version, I may be tempted by that. I've had the WE ones and the Whale ones in the past, and they've been okay. It was very unreliable. Just too much hassle and stress. Whereas with my VFCs, I've had none of that, so I'll be a lot more confident walking into a game with a VFC AK than I have been in the past with my WEs. It's like out the box quality. Oh, are we gonna do some shooting? Shoot it. Shoot it. That's another thing, like, at the exhibition, they dry fire all the time. They just sort of seem to fire up into the air and dry fire. They must have a no BBs at the stand rule or something. They must have somewhere policing it so that no one's putting BBs in any guns, because no one's really wearing iPro and they're all just dry firing guns into the air. They do obviously have areas where you can shoot BBs, but yeah, so the mags as well. The mags have this like removable top section which contains all of the, you know, your BB follower part and your valves. The rest of it is just a big gas tank. So they hold a lot of gas. Here we go. Here we go. He's gonna shoot it. He's gonna shoot it. He is gonna shoot it. Giving it to the customer. Look at that kick. That's a silly amount of recoil. Oh, a little bit of slowdown there, but that's to be expected with a big heavy steel bolt going backwards and forwards, I guess. It's a very realistic rate of fire. I wonder if they'll release like a short stroke kit and stuff for it. that was how I got my WEs to work, the short stroke kit. If you use a WE-AK, oh, it is very snappy. I suppose like it's a fresher gas charge on that one a bit before. So yeah, if you're running a WE-AK, get the short stroke kit, it makes it actually usable. Brings up your FPS a bit, so watch that. Oh, it sounds beautiful. That was very good, very snappy. Down to full auto, do it. Yeah, that's very cool. Looking forward to that. Right, let's jump ahead a bit. And I'm gonna... So yeah, I mean, these were the two things I kind of expected to see this year and want to instantly buy. But it seems like a load more stuff that I wasn't expecting also happened. My bank account's already crying at me. Cool. So, rocket launchers again. Yeah, as I said, I had a little chance to play around with one of them at the shop I used to work at. Do like a little test video of it and stuff. I have shared it before as a short, I think, on here. So check that out. They're really fun. I mean, I don't think I'd spend £800 on one, but it's the kind of thing that you want to see at a skirmish site for you to go and pay a fiver to use or something, you know, or a fiver you get to your 3 shots with it that the marshals have. So these should be being sold to every airsoft site in the world. I think they're so cool. It fires, yeah, a big shower of BBs, or like a shell that splits as it leaves the muzzle and showers BBs everywhere, or like big rubber rocket heads and stuff. This is really cool. Obviously clocked this before MOA. Here's one I prepared earlier. This one isn't actually mine, this is my housemate's, but I have one on the way too. It's the XM16E1. I'll do a proper video on it at some point soon, so keep an eye out for that. But it's super cool that VFC have done an XM16E1 and not just an M16A1, even though it does look like they have one of those as well. It's to go with their like sort of retro carry handle, fixed carry handle, AR line, which again is super cool that they've delved into, because previously you had either Vipertech making gas blowback ones. You had Vipertech, which costs mortgage amount of money. So realistic that they just seem to be really difficult to maintain as an airsoft skirmisher, like your average airsoft skirmisher. And then WeTech, or WE rather. You know, I've had a few of them in the past. They were okay. Lots of issues with them. Watch my video on my VFC XM177. I kind of cover it there. But yeah, so it's really cool that VFC have delved into this and given their offerings. I was kind of tempted to buy into their line of stuff, retro stuff, when they did the 733. It wasn't quite enough to make me sell my WEs and move over and buy into, you know, the whole platform, change all your magazines and all that stuff. It's like that side of it is actually the more expensive part, buying all the new magazines. But then when they released their XM177E2, I was like, right, no, sell my WE ones. I'm getting the VFC one, and got that. And I always said, they did tease when they did the grenade launcher last year, the XM148 grenade launcher, they had teased it on an M16A1 and said they weren't releasing it yet. But I knew if they've got it, they're gonna do it. They may as well, right? They've released one gun from the line and then they release a whole line of products, of variants on that platform. Why wouldn't they? So now they have. It's super cool. Snapped one up as soon as I could. It's a nice addition to any company's line to have like a retro rifles section. It's nice they have a nice sort of Vietnam War display almost, like jungle sounds. There's the M16 with the grenade launcher. So they do, yeah, that's an A1 XM16E1. The reason it's cool that they did that is because that was the one that was more used, if I'm correct, throughout the Vietnam War, and it had the chrome bolt, the little dimples and all the pins. Like, the attention to detail on this as a replica is fantastic. The 3-prong flash hider, and yeah, and all the correct markings for an XM16E1. just like the experimental version before they brought out the A1 that kind of corrected a lot of the issues they had caused by the speed and scale of rolling out a new widespread military rifle, and the issues that that comes with initially with the M16. The XM16E1 corrected as many of those issues as possible, added the forward assist, chrome lined the bolt. It doesn't have the full fencing around the mag well, the mag release yet. And yeah, so it's super cool that they've done this one. It's a more, I guess, usable variant for like Vietnam mil simmers and film simmers and reenactors and stuff. So I would like them to pull it out and release an A2 fixed carry handle. That would be really cool. Okay, the FN. I'm not sure what this is. Doesn't look like BFC. Model work, I don't know what that is. This looks awesome. Immediately caught my interest. Obviously G&P used to do one of these back in the day with their own gas blowback system. Now it looks like this company, I'm not sure who, might be this Model Works, they've done a kit for the Marui MWS. Now, I've never really been interested enough in the MWS platform and the kits that you can get for it. I almost was with the Noveski N4, the Double Eagle and Cybergun. Cybergun? That they did, but this, however, is friggin' cool. They've done an original Car 15, so this was a variant of the M16, the first like kind of like truly tried shortened M16 variant. There's the finished version. The other one's just to show off the CNC work. The cool spring-loaded collapsing stock. Yeah, we'll just have another little look over that. So yeah, that's awesome. That's the first thing that's got me proper interested in the MWS system as a platform to buy into, basically. Again, buying into a new platform involves buying magazines, and that's the most expensive part, really. Magazines are like 50 to 60 quid a pop, cheapest when it comes to rifles, so having enough of them to use reliably in a skirmish is always a key factor. So I want to kind of see what the deal with that is. I want to keep an eye on that and see what the deal with it is, if it's a kit or if it's a complete product to buy. And yeah, that's definitely something I'll be interested in getting my hands on. Super cool. G&P did one, as I said, with their gas blowback system based on the WA system, similar to the VFC stuff. I think maybe you can mod that to use the VFC V3 mags, but it's going to be so outdated at this point. It won't be the most reliable thing to actually use. So another option for it like that is something I'm very interested in. Alright, it's the GBLS stuff. Not really sure what the deal with that is. What's this? Yes, there's a lot of PCC kits, like 9mm mag kits and stuff. KCO2 kits, they look pretty cool. Very kind of sci-fi-ish. And there's LCT with their updated throne. It's very cool. Slapped the AK mags. Nice. It seems like LCT have like introduced their MOSFET system. I don't know if they had that before. I don't really keep up to date much on AEG stuff, but it looks pretty cool. Make them more reliable. Bring them sort of more up to date, I suppose. These look dope. RPKs, PKMs. Yeah. I mean, they're awesome, but they're AEGs, they just don't really do it for me. I like to have one to use as a backup gun and in the cold months, but that's about it, really. That is wicked, though. Just go back to that. M60s. See, what I would like to do really is take an LCT M60 and HPA it, but I don't want to do that enough to actually spend the money on it. So it's just one of my little Airsoft ADHD ideas. Yeah, more M60s. The pig. That is cool. I'm not sure what that was. I kind of zoned out then when I was on that. I don't know who made that. Are we still at LCT? That M14? RA Tech, yeah, of course. That's a WE with the RA Tech kit. It's more of an M1A than an M14. It's a cool kit though. Ah, so this is obviously showing off, sticking a folding stock on an AR. A short bolt kit. Yeah, it's this new weird like short bolt kit. So it's like a self-contained recoil system, more like the MCX, where you've got your buffer springs up here that the bolt rides on, as opposed to going backwards in the buffer tube. And it's like a self-contained bolt. It's all the same size as your normal gas blowback rifle bolt carrier, your normal M4 bolt. Just directly replaces it. This one also has like this front cocking handle that you can use, because the gun's now short stroked. It's not going back as far. It's like faster rate of fire and snappier and stuff. Fully cock it with like a short cocking handle at the front, like an MP5, and slap it. It's kind of gimmicky, to be honest. Like, I guess the amount it's short stroked probably is interfering with the bolt lock back on empty, so maybe that's the reason behind that, so you can still do like a quick tactical reload and not have to fully recock the gun. I don't know, it's a bit gimmicky for me. Get an MP5. Han Solo M4 pistol. It's all a bit gimmicky. Bullpup kit for an M4? Absolutely not. Get away. That is not happening. So yeah, they are like super snappy, but yeah, no, those modify. Seen these before. Been out for a while. The little Russian SMGs. The pink one's pretty dope, but they seems like they've updated them, upgraded them, made them more reliable. Here we go. Northeast with their Uzi. That's cool. I did see that last year, that little tactical kit on it. They've got the folding stock variant. They've also got a wooden stock variant, and they've got a FAMAS now. That seems to be their new release that they've kept quiet. I've only been paying attention to VFC this year and not really anyone else. Yeah, that went under my radar. They got a wooden stock variant Uzi. I think that's the Israeli one. They've always like interested me a bit, but it's not something I'm, at least at the moment, interested in getting my hands on. The Uzi's really cool. That's probably more tempting for me than the Sten. I want them to do a Mac 10. If they did a Mac 10, like a proper Mac 10, not a little Mac 11, like a proper full-size Mac 10 in 4.5 ACP, but obviously 6mm, I'd be all over that. I'm waiting for Northeast, make a fucking Mac 10. Alright, here we have the FAMAS. Sorry, I was rambling and missed it. Uzi, give me a Mac 10. Alright, here's the FAMAS. Random. You know, they're making full steel replicas of guns that are made of full steel. As far as I'm aware, the FAMAS isn't. It's still cool. No one's made a gas blowback FAMAS before, I don't think. That and the AUG are the only attractive looking bullpups, in my opinion. They're the only bullpups that look like guns. Obviously, I think every sci-fi gun this side of the 90s based on a FAMAS, including like the Halo gun. The FAMAS reminds me of the Halo gun. I don't hate it. I hate most bullpups. I don't hate the FAMAS. Or the AUG. Oh, alright, arch trick. Let's get into it. Just before though, alright, so yeah, there's Lambada Defense, the GHM9G, B&T. I thought Lombardo Defense was another bogus company made up by VFC, like Mariuma, or how have you pronounced it, Maruyama, and APFG. I thought that it was another bogus company made up by them so that they could get away with ripping off products that they're not supposed to be making anymore. But this seems to be licensed by B&T. It seems to have a lot of variants. I thought maybe they had done it sneakishly, but it does look like, being an MOA in the B&T Air part, it looks like they have permission. So it's cool. It looks interesting. It runs on Glock mags and it's a cool platform, I think. Seems to have a lot of different variants of it, accessories, rails, stocks. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, I guess. Oh, they have versions that run on MP9 mags there as well, or their own mag. I do like it. I'm just not really interested in something that runs on Glock mags. I don't have Glock mags. I get how it's useful for some people that have loads of Glock mags. No, I'd be interested in it more as its own thing, its own platform. But then that comes with the necessity of dumping a load more money into a load more mags for that new platform. So if it runs on the same mags as the APC9 from Archwick, here we go. Oh, that's the one. So, okay, this is another thing I wasn't expecting. That's a lie. I mean, I kind of was. I saw, I think Archwick had a video that they posted, they shared with a little preview of this in there. So I knew the APC9 was coming, been waiting for that for a little while. Didn't know they were gonna immediately do this many variants. That's cool. They've only really been teasing the main one, the APC9K. I guess they had to pull something out the bag when VFC ripped it off with the Maruyama, or the PDW, which is an APC9K that ran on their Glock mags. Again, that's the part of that one that didn't interest me. That and the fact that it wasn't licensed, it didn't have, you know, the proper permission, doesn't have all the trademarks on. I am a sucker for guns with trademarks. My APFG MCX I had engraved with the trademarks. Is important to me. It's not important to everyone, but you know, it is what it is. This is one I've had my eye on for a while, and now that they've released all these variants, I think the SD is the one that's catching my eye the most. Super cool. I do prefer the collapsing stock, like the original collapsing stock. So yeah. That's cool. That's the one. But with that stock. Or that one actually, as an SD. That's still an SD, right? Yeah. Yeah. I thought maybe it just had a chonky handguard, but no, it's that is also an SD. I think that is SD. I do that one, the SD squared. maybe a bigger can in there, but yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Super excited for these. Look at that can. Sorry, I skipped him firing it. That was dumb. Let's go back there. There we go. Oh. There we go. Nice. Super snappy. The stock looks a lot sturdier than the Maruyama one. When I worked at the shop, we got those in. I think we got the first shipment of them into the UK. And they were really cool, really exciting, but they were a bit flimsical. I think it's the Cybergun section. Yeah. Cybergun do Beretta, I believe, or is it Umarex that do Beretta? I don't know. Whoever does Beretta needs to hurry up and do a 92X series. We need a Beretta with an optics mount. This is the closest thing I can find to like a future Beretta at the moment. This is a 90-2. Yeah, I don't care about this. This is just another, it's like a Glock and a P99 had a baby. That's not. Alright, this is cool. But it seems like Bolt are branching out, delving into the gas blowback rifle. So they've got an M4, a couple of M4 variants. That's going to be interesting to see. Interesting to see what system it's running on, if it's, you know, an MWS thing or if it's their own proprietary thing. or if it's, you know, an update on the Western Arms system. They've got some cool MP5s and AKs and stuff, and more variants of those, as to be expected. The only thing I've heard about Bolt is, feel free to chime in, their blowback, their electric blowback recoil system seems to just shake itself to death. The Scar SC looks pretty cool. They got a Daniel Defense license as well, which is pretty dope. So that's like the latest Mark 18 variant. Yeah, I mean, we've seen these before. It's just not the same, is it? The Scar H SC was kind of cool looking. But gas blowback is king. I'm interested to find out more about this gas system that they've got going on. If it's their own thing, I get it. They want their own proprietary system. Hopefully it's a bit more universal. Those mags do look proprietary. They look kind of similar to MWS mags. That is a nice crisp system. Nice. Yeah, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what the deal is with that as time goes on. They do look. Do they look Western Armsy mag? I can't really tell. Need to look into that more. Jump ahead a bit. What's next? I think SRC's next. Yeah. So this is cool. SRC have done gas powered stuff, they've done CO2 powered stuff. With their pistols they have like a dual power system, so they can run on CO2 mags or gas mags. I think the guns are the same, they can just run on both types of mags and they call it dual power. But their rifles have always been one or the other. It seems like they've moved that over to their rifles too, so now their rifles can take gas or CO2 mags. I'm interested to see if that trickles down into their MP5, because their MP5 at the moment just takes CO2 and shoots hot. So they've not quite sorted that out. So if they've got gas mags for their MP5s, it's going to bring them into that competitive sphere with VFC and WE. No one else is making a gas blowback MP5, so it'd be nice to see another entrance from someone else that's more usable. SRC's gun is all steel internally, I believe, whereas the others aren't. So that is an edge it would have if it has gas mags, green gas mags, as well as its CO2 mags. So that's something I'm going to keep an eye out for sure. But yeah, so they got forged receiver series. It's pretty cool. SRC's Berettas, the black nickel one is so nice. I would like to get my hands on one at some point, but only if I can get it with all the markings. Like, if it doesn't have all the markings, I'm not really interested. There's their MP5s. Wonderful. Another thing is their MP5s come as A3s. So it's this setup with the SEF trigger group. You can get them as well with the old school grippy, thin, slim handguard as well. They're a license, they're a Umarex license away from having like a complete product in my eyes. Lots of high cappers and Taran tactical looking pistols over here, which is pretty cool, good to see. The revolvers are a bit MP40s, MP38s, G36s. I do like a G36. No one's really brought out a gas one yet that's tempted me enough. Oh, can I see if their MP5s are have the dual power thing written on them? The G36s, GBB. Can't pause it to see. No, they're still just CO2. They've missed a trick there. They should really bring those up to date as well. Make them gas blowback. Give them gas mags. They are really cool. They've got a PCC system. That's cool. They had a sort of a PCC conversion kit for, it looked gas blowback. Gucci pistols, AAPs. This is cool. I mean, I nearly got into the AAP platform. It's just kind of cheap to get into, to be honest, and then do cheaply, bit by bit. Like even the cool MP7 kits and stuff are only about 100 quid. The pistol itself to start on is less than 70. It's actually, I think, a cool way to get into airsoft, CQB especially. You buy one pistol and then you turn it into a carbine, an SMG, a sniper rifle, build upon it over time. Pretty cool. This guy really likes the AAP system. That's pretty. Classic revolvers. Revolvers should be just left classic, I think. I don't think you need rails and optics on revolvers. Indiana Jones vibes. It's a really nice Smith & Wesson. There it is. That's what you want. Jump ahead a bit. Where are we at now? Oh, this is the shell ejecting 50 cal sniper rifles. They got like the bolt action one, they got the Barrett 50 cal again. It's kind of cool. I think Bada Bing did a big gripey video on this being released as a shell ejector again and not being changed to be just a standard gas blowback. I get it. I get the hassle of picking up shells, I get the maintenance of the shells, and it's a bit annoying that the gas charge is in the shell. If it was stored in the rifle like a shotgun, it would be a bit more practical, I think. But if you're using a Barrett 50 cal, you're not going to be running around with it. You know, you're going to fire it, the shell's going to go over there. You fire it again, the shell will go over there. And then you pick them up because you're laying down on the floor as a sniper. You're not running around Rambo in a fucking Barrett 50 cal. I want to go here. I really need to go to this. It's funny that so many companies come here to show off products that they do for Maruis, and Tokyo Marui aren't even there. Spectre arms. That was a nice shotgun actually. Yeah, Spectre arms, not my cup of tea. I don't know. Just AEGs again, not my thing. What's that? I don't know. I think it looked a bit Mossberg 500-y, but it wasn't. Denix replicas, some sus insignia there. Quantum. They've done a hop unit that I want to check out for sure. Their videos and stuff are just like I used to fall asleep with this sort of the airsoft gun ASMR. Yeah, and they've done some cool stuff. They've lubricant pen set and stuff for airsoft DIY bits and bobs. Come out with a hop-up rubber, which I'd be interested to put in the SIG. The SIG hop-up seems to be too soft and really over-hopping ammo that it shouldn't for a CQB gun. So I'm probably going to check out one of their hop-up units and throw it in there and see how that goes. HPA. I'd only use HPA for an LMG, personally, where it makes sense to carry around something like a power source in an external bag. It can be part of your kit, part of the gun. Otherwise you just look like a Ghostbuster, in my opinion. Alright, so that's basically the show. Lots of cool stuff. Lots of cool stuff from VFC. They didn't show the VFC PPSH. Not too bothered about that. It's a cool release as it is, but it would have been nice to see a bit more of that there in that video. But overall, that was a really good video, good spread of things, at least for me. Lots of stuff that I'd be interested in checking out. Yeah, I'll post this video in the comments or in the description. Let me know if there's anything that's stuck out for you in particular, or stuff you wish companies were doing. Umarex, Beretta, 92X. Like and subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see you at the next one.